everyone. It's Lighthouse Angel Messages. Today I have a career reading for Virgo. Just keep in mind that if the title does resonate with you and you're not a Virgo, this could still be your message, okay? Just take what resonates, leave the rest behind. On this channel, we focus on taking you from zero to hero in your own life. So hopefully something can help guide you and give you clarity on moving you forward, okay? All right, Virgo, we're going to go ahead and get started. I got the overall energy for your reading, and it's guidance. It says, when you make divine intelligence your foundation, you finally have a fixed star to follow. Yeah, and what I'm getting this is that you might be confused as to where you're going in your career, or if you should change jobs, quit jobs, take a different one, go a different route. Because I'm seeing this butterfly here. You may have gone through a transformation. And, you know, what Spirit wants you to know is that even though you feel like you're in the dark, you may be confused, continue to have faith and stay with the divine as they guide you in this boat, okay? So if you feel confused, not sure where you're going, you need to continue to have faith and listen and ask for guidance. I'm also getting that the Spirit could be delivering you signs. Are you paying attention to the signs? But we're going to get more information, okay? Start with this one. What else does Virgo need to know, Spirit, about their career? Fast changes. Things happen suddenly in a short period and a hurry. Take bold steps forward. Okay? And what I'm getting with this too, Virgo, is that what's coming in, it's going to happen fast. They don't want you to overthink it. That's why you need to go to the divine for answers if you need clarity. I'm also getting that this may not, they don't want you to overthink it. They don't, I'm getting like, this is going to be something you're not used to, and you may want to throw a lot of logic to it. And this may be something where you just need to follow what the divine is telling you. You need to have faith that they are guiding you to get this clarity, okay? Let me see what else. What else can Virgo, else does Virgo need to know for their career? Balance. It says, you need to balance your career and personal life. Honesty and business ethics are important to establish credibility in your work environment. Okay? And I'm getting, you know, whatever is coming in that's going to require fast changes. Maybe you have to make quick decisions. You know, they want you to stay balanced as you go through the, you know, it may require you to leave one job, take another, or make some bold business move, I'm getting as well. And they want you to stay balanced as you go through this. And make sure you're still holding that high value. You know, if you have a business and it requires you to make a change, they want you to be honest and hold that high value that you've continued to have this whole time while you make that change. Okay? And I'm also getting with this is that you don't see this coming. You're in the dark about this. I'm also seeing this as black as well. Like, you don't see this coming. Okay, that's why you need to stay balanced, grounded. You know, when this comes in, you may need to go spend some time with the divine and, you know, go on a walk or go get grounded or go get out in nature or take some time away, you know, to hear the messages, hear the guidance. Meditation is going to be required through this change. There may be some people that aren't going to be happy about this, that may be around you, Virgo, which is another reason why you need to stay balanced. Okay, what else does Virgo need to know about? Gestures I got. Also got at the bottom of the deck is success. It says, you may be asked to help someone out, or you may need a hand. Give deserved praise to others, and you will receive recognition too. Okay. Success. The path you are on will bring you success and prosperity if you just keep going. Lots of little steps take you a long way. You're on track. Okay, so what I'm getting with this, Virgo, is that you may have helped someone. You may have done something that wasn't asked of you, but you, because of your kind heart, you helped somebody just because that's who you are. It wasn't required, but that's what you offered. And you may have been wondering, like, did anybody even notice? You know, maybe it's just been silence. But it was a success. It was noticed, but I think you're just in the dark about it. Maybe there's been something going on behind the scenes that's been holding it up. You know, it could be also getting a delay. Something going on that you're not aware of, that you're in the dark about, that has caused a delay. Spirit is just saying, keep meditating. Keep focused on me. Okay? I'm going to enlighten you. You may even be getting information from the divine about what this is. You may already have intuitional downloads that they have given you about what's going on here. Okay? But you're going to need to have balance as this change unfolds. Somebody could be giving you something and recognizing your success. That's going to cause a fast change. So let's see what else we can get from the compass box that might give us more information about this, Virgo. But you know, you may have felt lately that it's, you know, things aren't moving. I'm getting that, like, it's kind of been like a stagnant energy where nothing's moving, feels like everything's delayed. But just know that God has created this season for a reason. Okay? And the season is so that he can work with you, you know, get you in a balanced mindset, work on your healing, you know, because you have to have a certain mindset and a certain amount of healing, and you need to be in alignment to be able to handle what's coming in now. They don't want you, I'm also hearing, they don't want you to be looking back. They only want you looking forward. Okay? So let's see. All right, let's see what else we can get to help give you some clarity about this. But I'm really getting, Virgo, you don't see this coming. Okay? Yeah, it's the Wheel of Fortune. This is a big change. It could be this could be your divine inheritance, your divine abundance coming in. But the wheel is turning. You know, and I think some of you have felt intuitionally that this is coming, but you didn't know when or how, kind of in the dark about it, but you can feel it. You can feel it's coming. And I have the Five of Wands. I think this is what, Virgo, this is what's been going on in the background that's been causing a delay. It could be competition, I'm getting, or I'm also getting a competitor that was trying to have the upper hand. Okay, but that's all being cleared out now, Virgo. Your wheel of fortune is turning, and it's your turn now, okay? I have the letter G. I'm hearing gift. You be getting a gift from somebody. Okay? Could be a gift for, you know, somebody that you did work for. If, you know, maybe you own a business and you went above and beyond. Felt like nobody noticed. Maybe it's coming in now. This gift could create a fast change for you. But they don't want you to get way up in your head about this. They want you to stay balanced, okay? It says, the end of love is not the end of life. It should be the beginning of understanding that love ends for a reason and leaves with a lesson. Okay, so whatever may come in, what I'm getting with this is that this fast change, because it's going to take you by surprise, which is why you need to stay grounded and balanced, but also it may require leaving someone behind. You also may be seeing this relationship in a new perspective, realizing that this was a lesson and that you're ready for a new beginning. I'm really getting like new beginning with this. Fresh, new energy. You're ready to release the old. You're ready for the new, Virgo. If you win that battle within, you have won the ultimate war of your life. Yeah. And this is why this is coming in. And I think that, you know, you've wondering, I think that you really went in and did the healing, fighting a spiritual war, right? Within yourself, but also feeling like outside of you, right? Rising above the circumstances, regardless of what's being dealt to you. And God has been guiding you through, He has been with you as you walk through the fire. You know, I'm also getting God is here. He is with you, walking with you. I'm seeing this person, he's walking with you through the fire as you made it to the other side. You know, I'm getting that you've been through it, you know, and I'm getting like, it's like you're tired of being in the dark. You know, you're ready to come into the light, and you're ready for change. You're ready for this wheel to turn, Virgo. And whatever that, I'm also getting whatever that is required of you. You know, it's like I'm getting with this too, that you've won the battle within, and now you're like in this limitless, fearless energy. It's like, man, after I've walked with God through the fire and I've come out on the other side, I'm like, there's really nothing I can do now. Most people, and you know, I'm also getting like, most people would have crumbled walking a day in my shoes, but you didn't. You never gave up, and you won that war, and now you're ready for this new beginning. When one when one has a grateful heart, life is so beautiful. Yeah, and this is the energy that you're in. You're in the attitude of gratitude, grateful for the experiences. And although you had to walk through this war, you know, it's changed you. It made you a warrior. It made you a spiritual warrior. Okay? And I'm also getting, it gave you incredible awareness. And through all this, that's what makes you, Virgo, so incredibly beautiful, is that despite having to walk through the fire, right, of life, you still remained grateful. It never took hold of your beautiful heart, your beautiful mind, your beautiful soul. You still stayed grateful. And, you know, that's a test of why you are limitless. That is why you are fearless. And that's what makes you so beautiful, is that you never, through all this, you didn't grow bitter. You stayed, your heart stayed intact. And it was big and beautiful to begin with, before you had to walk through this. Stay strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord, your God, will be with you wherever you go. Yeah. So whatever this fast change requires, it could be involve travel, I'm also getting. Could be a gift of travel. It could even be a different country, I'm feeling. Okay. You may have to leave this person behind. But God is here saying they want you to be strong. They want you to be courageous. Don't settle for your comfort zone, because God is going to be with you wherever you go. And he proved it to you by walking through this fire, this battle within yourself. He's been with you this entire time. So don't, and this is from Joshua 1:9, don't be afraid. He wants you to be strong, because this is meant for you. What's coming in is going to require you to get uncomfortable. But look how far you've come. You know, you can overcome anything. And God is going to be with you wherever you go. Okay? And this may require you to do this alone. So they want you to stay strong, courageous, and don't be afraid. And continue to let God lead you. Heal so you don't push away the ones the universe sent to help you. Yeah, this is what you've done. You've done the healing. You've walked through the battle within. Okay? And I feel like now you're like, okay, I'm ready now. I'm ready. I'm ready to accept what God is sending my way. I've done the work. I've done the healing. I'm in alignment. I know my worth. I know what my value is. And I'm not going to push it away and settle for less than what I deserve. And I really feel that's the energy you're in. And now you're waiting. You're balanced and you're focusing on the divine, which is that exactly, you know, where he wants you right now. And I'm also getting with this, Virgo, is take the time you need to get some rest. You know, healing, you know, going through and ripping off the Band-Aids and peeling back those wounds layer by layer, it takes a lot out of you. It does take a lot of energy. It takes a lot of time, mental focus, and it can really wear you down. So Spirit is saying, you know, if you're tired, you need to get the rest. You need to rejuvenate. Okay? Okay, it says, Satan won't attack your marriage as an intruder. That's too obvious. He will come in the form of your voice and thoughts and co-sign every negative idea about your spouse and begin to pick apart your marriage from within your heart. Stay woke. Okay, these are for people who are married. I'm also getting this is for people who are considering a new person. Okay, if you're considering dating a new person, or you have some new person in mind, this is for you as well. And I'm going to read it as well. It says, Satan won't attack your marriage as an intruder. That's too obvious. He will come in the form of your voice and thoughts and co-sign every negative idea about your spouse and begin to pick apart your marriage from within your heart. Stay awake, okay? Release any negative thoughts. Don't listen to what other people are saying. Listen to your intuition, especially for those who are thinking about a new person. Maybe people are like, yeah, no, that's, I think you can do better. I don't think this person's for you. You know, whatever negative energy they're sending your way, or opinions about this new person you're thinking about. You know the truth. Your soul knows the truth. Your heart knows the truth. And if you have any question at all, take it to the divine. Okay? Ask for a sign, they'll give it to you. Okay? And those who are married, you know, make sure you release any negative thoughts, any negative ideas, or anything that is lower vibrational. Release that. Don't hold on to it. It's only going to deteriorate your feeling. And as you take hold of those thoughts, that becomes the energy, and then you naturally create an environment that makes this it validates these thoughts. That's not what you want, right? You want to stay high vibrational, you know, knowing that your marriage is going to be a success, and thriving, positivity. I have the Six of Swords. Yeah, and this is moving. You know, I think I said earlier, you could be requiring a move here. And Spirit wants you to be strong and courageous. Don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone, because they're going to be with you. Okay, Virgo? Believe in yourself. Yeah, you walk through the fire. You walk through the war within yourself. You came out on the other side. Continue to believe in yourself. Okay? You know, and I'm also hearing with this is that, and I'm seeing this dark, is that you may have really felt like, you know what, I have gone above and beyond in my job, my business, and it just seems like nobody cares. Nobody sees it. Nobody. I want to let you know that God is saying, I see everything. I see everything, and your blessings that I have for you, they're coming in. You just need to continue to have faith. I'm working out. I'm ready to open some new doors for you, but I need you to continue to have faith. Okay, stay positive, right? And continue to stay grounded. Get out in nature, meditate, and focus on where you're going, not where you've been, not this battle. They want you to focus on where you're going, where you want to be, okay? Healing trauma involves tears. The tears release our pain. The tears are part of our recovery. My friend, please let your tears flow. Yeah, and this is what you went through with this war within. You really worked on healing these traumas. And, everybody's on a different timeline. Some of you may just be getting started with this. Some of you are at the end of this. But wherever you are, Spirit wants you to not hold back from releasing that pain. You need to get rid of it. Whatever you're feeling as you peel back those layers, you need to feel it and release it if you haven't done it already. Okay? And make sure you celebrate the wins, because, let me tell you, when you decide to self-reflect and you decide, you know what, I'm going to do the healing work. I'm going to peel back every single trauma, every single wound, every single hurt that I've been through, and I'm going to peel it back. I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to heal it, and I'm going to release it. It takes a lot mentally, emotionally, and determination and fight to do that. And if you, Virgo, are somebody who has done that, you need to commend yourself, because it's rare. It can be done. But it's not easy. It's a journey, and it takes an incredible amount of strength and determination to choose and want different for yourself, to create that transformation, to create that version of yourself that God always wanted you to be, not what your wounds told you you were, not what the trauma told you you were, everything else that everybody else put on you. So if that is your journey, congratulations. You really need to celebrate those wins as you heal that and release that. When ego is lost, limit is lost. You become infinite, kind, and beautiful. In losing the ego, you gain a universe within. This is where true beauty resides. Unburdened by comparison or competition, as the ego fades, kindness flows effortlessly, and you see the interconnectedness of all things. Yeah, and this is what you went through, or you may be in the process, is releasing the ego. The ego is your shadow side, and the ego wants to keep you stuck, limited, low vibrational. The ego doesn't operate out of love, right? The divine is not in alignment with your ego. The divine is in alignment with love, with your soul, okay? And the ego is a false sense of validation, right? And when you let that go, you no longer care about validation. You no longer care about competition or comparison, because you already know God has made you whole. He has healed you. Your heart and soul are whole. You are one with him. It fades. The ego fades away. And then you understand how everything is interconnected, right? So if you're somebody who is still operating out of the ego, and it could be that because of your traumas, right? By healing those traumas, you'd be able to let go of the shadow side of your ego, okay? The ego holds no benefits to you. It's only going to keep you stuck, stagnant, low vibrational with shallow people, and not... It also feeds the gaping hole within yourself that you're trying to search to fill. And it keeps you listening to those negative thoughts, those negative words about yourself. it doesn't align you with your your authenticity. It doesn't align you with the truth of yourself. Okay? So you got to release that. And I have the letter P. We have PG. It's funny. You know what I'm getting with that, Virgo? After I read that ego, I'm getting like perfect. Like the divine sees you as perfect, right? And proud of you. They're really proud of you. For those who've really worked on themselves and you walk through this battle, they're really proud of you. Okay? And keep going. Keep moving forward. Do not look in the rearview mirror. Okay? Because for those of you who've done the battle within and have done the healing, you're no longer aligned with that anyways. Right? And God is the doorkeeper. So when he's trying to close a door, he's doing it to protect you. Don't try to keep it cracked, or don't try to keep it open or reopen it. Allow it to close, because he's got a better door for you that's waiting to be open. Trauma creates change you don't choose. Healing is about creating change you do choose. Right. You didn't choose your traumas, but it is your choice to heal it. So, we didn't ask these things to happen to us, right? But it is our job to heal it, because if you don't heal it, then what happens is you go around creating trauma on other people, right? And then they're hurt. Now it just becomes this vicious cycle. So it's our job to heal it and rise above it, so that we don't continue to hurt other people. And I feel like that's the choice that you've made, Virgo. And, again, the divine is really proud of you, because the Wheel of Fortune, like all this work that you have put into yourself, all this healing, there's a lot about healing in all of this. God has walked through you through this battle, and now he's getting ready to bless you with this Wheel of Fortune. It could be a gift from somebody. Okay? They don't want you to give up. They want you to stay in a balanced state. Even though you may feel like, things are stagnant right now, or things aren't moving the way you want. Let your dreams stay big and your worries stay small. Yeah. Focus on where you're going, okay? And release those worries and fears. If you feel like you're holding on to those, you need to give them to God. And say, and pray about it, and just say, you know what? I release this to you. I give this burden to you, this worry, this fear. And again, those are illusions. Those fears want to keep you stuck, right? They're not real. They haven't happened yet. So they want you to keep your dreams staying big. Don't let your mind or past traumas take over and limit your mind of these dreams that you want. Okay? You may be thinking, you may be worried because, like I was saying, like you're in the dark, you don't know what's going on. It could be a new job opportunity you haven't heard about. It could be my business is stagnant right now. It seems to not be moving, or I'm not getting new clients. It also could be, I don't know which direction to go right now. Should I start this? Should I start this side hustle? Should I work on this art project? They want you to keep your dreams big, okay? Focus on the dreams. And your fears and your worries, that's part of the past. You've already went in and realized that that's part of your lower vibrational. That's part of the ego trying to control and keep you small. Release that. Being happy doesn't mean that everything is perfect. Yeah. And that's what you've learned, you know, even though things are perfect, or I'm sorry, even though things may not be perfect right now, you may not be where you want to be in your career. You may not be where you want to be in your projects, or you may have not started that side hustle yet, or your business not be where you want, or maybe you're not at the level you want in your career. Continue to stay grateful, because God hears everything. He sees and hears everything, right? And you're going to be rewarded for that. So keep staying focused on keeping those high vibes, because again, you know, what you think about, you bring about. You know, you're never going to get your dreams and a happy life in a negative mindset, right? You got to stay positive regardless of what's going on, because there's always things to be grateful for. You know, even the smallest things around you. You know, I'll just give you an example. Like today I ended up working with an incredibly, an absolutely amazing new vendor today through my business. And I was just ecstatic, just totally excited. This guy's amazing. He does amazing work. And it's rare to find these days. And I really took the moment to be grateful that God led him to me, and that, I'm able to make my clients happy and satisfied. And that is something to be celebrated. It's those little things, make sure you're grateful for those. You deserve everything you want. Yeah, you've done the work. If you haven't, this is going to be how you're going to feel as you come out on the other side. Like I said, God has seen everything. He's seen your troubles. He's seen your traumas. He's seen how you have to work through your ego. And even though you may be in the dark, but I'm seeing these stars. It's like your wishes are coming in, and they don't want you to lose sight on your dreams, Virgo. Okay? It says, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any moral excellence, and if there is any praise, dwell on these things. Philippians 4:8. And that is just what I was saying about that vendor, right? It's like the truth, the honor, the just, the purity, the love that this person gave, the morals he works out of. He's commendable, like all these things. And I made sure I told him, that I was grateful that I met him. So remember to stay and recognize those things that come into your life, and make sure you honor them, because you never know. Like, I'll just use that vendor for an example. It's like, you don't know. I don't know if anybody's ever even told him how amazing his work is, right? And so everybody needs to hear the positivity, especially now, right, with everything that's going on. So continue to believe in yourself. Continue to believe in your dreams. Okay, stay focused on those. Stay big, and nothing is impossible. Okay, if people or anyone, your thoughts are telling you, well, that's never going to happen. Oh, that won't be for me. Okay, well, that's what you're manifesting. What you think becomes your reality. What you believe becomes your reality. Okay? And I'm telling you that your dreams can come in no matter what your situation is right now, as long as you stay focused on the divine and keep your vibrations high, okay, as much as you can. God's not looking for perfection. He's looking for consistency, right? Okay, so that's what I have for you, Virgo, when it comes to your career. Again, you know, you don't have to be a Virgo for this to resonate, so pay attention to the title. But I'm going to get you an angel number card. And this is the number that the divine wants you to look out for as a confirmation, okay? That they're guiding you. You know, they're guiding you here, right? And that this is your message. So if you see this number, know that the divine is guiding you, and it's a confirmation that this is your reading as well, okay, Virgo? So let's see. What angel number for Virgo? Okay. We actually got, we got 3, Virgo. Okay. So we have number 5. It says, flexibility is your forte. When life throws you a curveball, you can easily adapt to new circumstances and find excitement in the unexpected change. Be brave and bold in your endeavors. Yeah, this is that fast change, Virgo. This is the confirmation of this, okay? And when this fast change comes in, Virgo, they want you to be flexible. And I'm really getting like, you know how to bend, you know how to work with change, and you know how to adapt and find a solution and be brave to make those big changes. Okay, I am adaptable, yeah. And I think you're ready for this. I'm really getting a strong energy for several Virgos out there that you're like, okay, I'm ready. Like, where is this? Like, you're already like in a line to make this change. You're just waiting for it. Okay, the other one is 111. You may be seeing 111. You know, when you do, this is a divine number, okay? And it says, angels are ready to fully support you in this endeavor so that you can co-create with the universe a life you love, okay? And I'm really getting, for those of you who are wondering about a side hustle, a side project, and with this P here, it could be painting as well, or you could be a photographer. This is divine saying, like, we're here, we're ready to support you on this. So if this requires like some changes on your part that you have to make, Spirit is saying, we're ready. We're ready for you to start creating this idea that you've been waiting for, okay? They're supporting you. 1010, you could be seeing that number, you know, on the clock, out when you're out and about. It says, keep your thoughts positive and be patient as everything is working out for your highest good. Trust that your angels are working behind the scenes to help you. I am patient. Yeah. You know, just know that God is working behind the scenes and putting everything in a line for this to happen, but you need to be patient, okay? Be patient when nothing is happening. But it says keep your thoughts positive. And that's what I was talking about, you know, previously, about, you know, staying high vibrational, you know, don't get sucked down. And whenever this comes in, don't let people sway you, because the divine is here saying, we're ready. Like, I've made everything happen behind the scenes. Now I've got the right people, the right opportunities coming in for you to get this endeavor that you want to do. It's ready. You know, don't let other people sway you from your dreams, okay? That's why they want you to stay focused on them, okay? And 1010 also means end of cycle. Like, this change may be an end of a cycle, like an end of a job or an end of a business. But patience will be required as you go through this change. So if you see these numbers, it's just a confirmation from the divine that this is your message. Okay, Virgo? That's what I have for you when it comes to Your career, it looks like you're on your way to success. Keep believing in yourself, staying grateful, and know that your wheel of fortune is coming in, okay, Virgo? I'm so happy for you. I send you so much love and light. Take care, Virgo. We'll talk soon.